Hey, what's going on, guys? Kino here, and welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. This is Kerbal Space Program, which is a interesting space game, and this is not, as you can probably see up here and in the title, this isn't a spacecraft tutorial. This is, well, technically it is, but this is about space planes. I've managed to build at least one that was partially successful. My main problem after learning how to pilot it was, in fact, just managing to give it enough fuel to go anywhere. I'm going to show you guys how I did that now. So we'll start off with a Mark 1 cockpit. You know, the one that kind of looks like a space shuttle. Very important to use this one over the Command Pod Mark 1. Difference is this one is much better. And then you're going to want the FL T400 fuel tank for maximum fuel. For this tutorial, we're gonna take 2. You can add more or less depending on how skilled you are at flying these things. We're going to take the LVT-30 liquid fuel engine. We're gonna stick that on there, and that's the basics. Excuse me. That's the basics of our rocket. What you're gonna want to do next is you're going to want to put on some small gear base, and you're gonna want 2 of these, so put it in symmetry mode. And it's kind of important how you stick it on. If you put it too wide, your thing is gonna crash. If you put it too vertical, it will tip over while launching. So I find it's best to put it, this is tick 1, tick 2. I stick mine at tick 3, and I'm gonna do the same for the front as well. So tick 1, 2, 3. And from here, it's fairly simple, to be completely honest. You're going to want to go to aerodynamics. You're going to want an AVT1 winglet. You only need 1 here. I put 2 because I think it looks cooler. You can stick more of these right there for better lift. But for control, you're going to want these ones, the AVR8 winglets, and basically these let you actually move how you want it. Other thing you're probably gonna want, this is basic, so it's not that big of a deal. I've been putting these on just so in case it needs a little boost, there's a little tiny boost there. Considering you're probably gonna want this thing to land, you're probably gonna want some parachutes. I would stick those right about there. You can move them forward, but I find it's just fine there. You don't need lights. You can add them if you want. Most people will want a communitron. They want to communicate, and that'll be under science. You just take this one, the DMMS 1. You don't want more than 1 because more than 1 will be useless. We're actually gonna have to move that up so that it doesn't interfere with the wings. And because you're adding this, you're going to want, where is it? Under utility. You're gonna want a couple battery packs. 2 should be plenty for a communitron. I'll add 4 just for the basics. Yeah, basically now you should be good. You can name your craft. I'm gonna save it and I'm gonna launch. Now launching it, trust me, launching it is not the easiest thing. If I manage to pull this off, great. It'll probably take a couple attempts because I'm used to my first one and trying to get my second one to work, which has 2 stages of rocketry. And I just realized that I didn't set this. I'll add this now. You don't want your parachute ever to go at the same time as the rest of your rockets. It just doesn't work. I'm going to set mine like this, so I have the boosters on a separate stage. Alright, so now we're going to throttle up. And as you can see, the winglets, if I zoom in, they move slightly. Alright, I'm going to turn on my SAS, even though this ship doesn't really have any. It does still help a bit. And we're going to launch. Hopefully this works. I'm not the best pilot, trust me, I'm not. It kind of looks pretty cool, actually. Alright, zoom out a bit so I can see what I'm doing. As you can see, we're actually going rather fast and should be just fine upon launch. Oh god. And that is why you do not use those at the wrong times. Uh, hmm. Deploy parachutes, throttle down. Uh, well then, let's try to get over water. Or not. Oh yeah, we're over water. We should be fine. As you can see, that launched and fine until I used those boosters. It all depends on where you place them, to be completely honest. Probably would ideal to put them straight on the sides. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna revert it to spaceplane hangar, and I'll change that real quick. Keep in mind this is still a development, and this is very basic. You guys are free to change this as you want. It should work fine as long as you kind of know what you're doing. Did that play? Dang it! Now I gotta put it back in symmetry again. Stuck that over there. Alright, that should do it. Let me fix up my staging here. Drag that one in there. Drag. Come on. Drag that there. Okay. Hopefully this doesn't cause problems. I don't see why it would. Alright, we're gonna save it and we're gonna launch again. And honestly, with this, it's a very much a big trial and error. It just takes practice, and hopefully you'll get better with time. So I'm gonna throttle up, enable my SAS. I'm gonna launch again. And this one actually goes really fast, but it doesn't have that much fuel. My original one, believe it or not, had 3 instead of 2. Sorry, I hit my mic there. Yeah, this one's quite a quick little ship here. Alright, so I'm just gonna let it take off. And, yeah. Now what you can do is you can raise your landing gear all you want. That way is to get better aerodynamics. We all know how that works. As you can see, I'm almost out of fuel. So yeah, this works. I'm gonna try to use these extra boosters down here, and hope that it doesn't kill me. It didn't. This is good. There you go. So just a little bit of a speed boost there. And yeah, that's pretty much the basics of a space plane. There's nothing really for me to communicate. I mean, I guess I could do a crew report and then transmit it. So you see, it does work. You can check your resources if you would like. You still have that there. And now that's done. And we ran out of fuel. Oh god. Alright, so we sent the crew report. I'm gonna toggle the parachutes now. Let's turn this off. Alright, but yeah, as you can see, I launched it. Not a terrible distance considering the amount of fuel that I had. I will touch down safe and sound. You know, no, okay. But you should touch down just fine. My craft is kind of spiraling until they pulled up. There's some lights there. Gears. No. And brakes. I don't think there's any brakes, but as you can see, it launched. It was controllable for the most part until I turned off the SAS. Once you turn off the SAS, it's very difficult to control. But I'll time warp here so that we can see that it does in fact land safely. There's the moon over there. I don't know if I could zoomed in enough if you could see my other rockets, but nonetheless, landed just fine. Des recurrent is just fine. I can evac. It's twitching out. Hold on. I can do an evac report, and again, I could transmit it after I reboard the ship, that is. So I could right-click this, transmit data. Evac report is going. I'll move so you guys can see that better. 8 data received, 0 science added because I've already done it from here. But yeah, as you can see, this spaceplane does in fact work. It does not die unless you screw it up with with your, your parachutes and stuff. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can actually swim around if you get off the ship. Look at me, Mom, I can swim. Let me try to see if I can get back on or not. Yep, I can. Perfect. So I can get back on. Press F to grab. And climb up. And F to grab again. And then F to board. So, yeah, while it's loading his face. There we go. His webcam's back. But, yeah, this is how you make a basic space plane in Kerbal Space Program. This is actually career mode, so I did spend some of the science on this. I wanted to do this anyway. It's not just because I wanted to do a tutorial on it. But yeah, it's not that far in. It does take a bit though. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. If you like the commentary on the channel, make sure that like button, also subscribe for more content. Share the video with your friends if you think this was a very helpful tutorial. Make sure you share it with other people that you know play this game. And yeah, I'll catch you guys all next time.